Why police need drones in 2022? That is coming up next. Hey everybody, David here from Aerial Influence. Thank you so much for stopping by. Now, we get calls every single day from police departments across the country who are trying to start their drone program, and there are some obstacles in the way. Sometimes it could be public perception, sometimes it can be funding issues which can get in the way, but this perception, this idea that drones are something we should stay away from is slowly but surely changing. So there are about 18,000 police departments around the United States. Of that 18,000, only about 1,000 of them are actually using drones. So today I wanted to go through several uses for those drones when you're talking about police departments. Number one by far is for search and rescue. Drones have completely changed the face of search and rescue. What in the past would have taken hours and hours and hours to do can now take 10, 20 minutes. We are getting stories every single day where a police department is using a drone to save a life, whether that is somebody wandered away from an old folks home, there could be a lost child, or there might even be someone in danger, in which case you could use something like the DJI Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, where you can actually go out, you can relay a message to them via a speaker on top of the drone. So it could be anything from like, hang on, help is on the way, to any number of other messages you need to relay to those people. We're at a point where police departments that don't have a drone are going to seem negligent when you can save a kid in minutes compared to what it would take a group of 20 people walking a field. You're being negligent to not spend the $6,000 or $7,000 that it takes to get a really high level, high resolution thermal drone out there. It's going to be able to read heat signatures. So you're going to be able to find a kid that's in the middle of a field that would usually take hours and hours for a group of 20 or so people to actually track him down. So search and rescue, absolutely. This is the number one use for police departments around the United States. You're saving lives. It couldn't get much easier than that. Number two is accident reconstruction. Now, you can use all sorts of drones for accident reconstruction. We recommend for people to use the DJI Phantom 4 RTK because that's going to give you precision level accuracy down to the centimeter. So you can take reliable measurements from your map after you've shot all of your pictures. And for something like accident reconstruction, when you're going to court, that can mean something. It's also saving a lot of time. When you can pop a drone up, take several pictures of the area, go back, reconstruct that map, you're avoiding the issue of stopping traffic for too long. So instead of a group of police officers out there taking pictures from around the crime scene, you're literally popping one drone up. It's going to go on its course. It's going to take all of its pictures and give you a reliable map when you get back and process it. Number three, surveillance or monitoring suspects. Now, you can't do this in every state. In Illinois, I think actually it's something that you are not allowed to do unless you have a warrant. But you think of a drone, you can put it 400 feet up in the air. Something like the Matrice 300 RTK has a 200 times zoom. So even with a big drone like that, you could be a long way away and still get everything you want from your camera. You are going to be able to zoom right into doorways. You're going to be able to zoom right into license plates and get the information you need to continue with your investigation. Now, when it comes to chasing suspects, just think of the safety that this would bring. Instead of a police officer or several police officers chasing after a suspect in their police cars, endangering those around you, endangering the suspect and all of the police officers as well, the drone, like the Matrice 300 RTK, which has a tracking function, could pop up in the air at 400 feet. It wouldn't even have to move. It could literally track on that subject and follow it with its camera, letting police departments know exactly where this guy is, exactly where this guy is going, hopefully keeping our police departments and our citizens safe. Number four is support for local fire departments. Now, a lot of times when a municipality forks over the money for a drone, it's meant to be used by several different departments. So in this case, we're talking about like a police department buying a Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, but also assisting with the fire department when it's absolutely needed. One example comes up that not that long ago, a police and fire department were able to pop their thermal drones up. There was a house on fire, but they couldn't tell exactly where the source of the fire was, but they were able to pop this thermal drone up in the air. It sees heat signatures and was able to tell through the roof exactly where the source of that fire was. So obviously drones could be a big deal, and the fire departments as well. We haven't seen as many fire departments picking up drones. We've got some great clients here in Illinois that absolutely are using drones, but police departments definitely. So that's a way to use it as an assistance to fire departments. Next up is event management. Now think of something like Lollapalooza, this 3-day music festival. Thousands and thousands of people are showing up to see their favorite acts, but it can get a little bit overwhelming for a police department to keep track of all these people. Well, that's what you use a drone for. You can pop that drone up. Something like the Matrice 300 RTK is going to have a long flight time, so about a 40-minute flight time. You can always bring it down, hot swap the batteries, send it right back up. But drones can definitely help keep things under control. If you see something happening, if you see a fight happening in the middle of this giant swarm of people, you can get in there and hopefully squash whatever fight is going on. You could even take something like the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced. Again, I spoke earlier about its speaker function, the speaker that goes on top of it. You could even use that drone to go over and relay a message like, hey, you're going to get arrested if you don't stop acting like an idiot. Next up is interior flying. Now, this might sound a little scary. If you've flown drones, to fly them indoors, you go into what's called attitude mode. And this is where basically you have no GPS. So it can be a little bit trickier to do the flying. But we have lots of police departments, SWAT teams. They're using small drones like the DJI Mini 2 to basically crack a window, send the drone in, clear the room before they send any of their SWAT team members into the building. So you're saving lives there. You are protecting the people that are protecting us. There are other drones that are using this as well. I believe the Brink Lemur drone, which can actually break glass. We haven't seen a ton of interest in that one yet. It's a very expensive drone. It is American made though, so that's a plus for it. But we've not seen a ton of need for that Brink Lemur drone at this point. Hopefully we will in the near future, and if we do, we'll start carrying that drone as well. So finally on our list is disaster relief. We all live in parts of the country where our weather is kind of crazy. Whether you're living near tornadoes, whether you're living near hurricanes, whether you're living near any other sort of natural disaster that you can think of, drones can be a really helpful way to map the area, to see if you can help find people that are buried in the rubble. There are all sorts of ways that drones can be helpful during natural disasters. Finally on our list is mapping the city. Now think about being able to use a freshly generated Google map whenever you needed one, because that's essentially what mapping with a drone does. It's going to give you an accurate layout of your city. So yes, mapping. Police departments need to do mapping of their cities in general. Lots of information you can get from that. All right, thank you guys. Now this wasn't a huge list. These were just sort of the main things that I could think of that would be great reasons for police departments to get a drone. We hope you enjoyed this video. We hope if you did, you'll click like and subscribe. You could even call us if you want to. We answer questions all the time here at Aerial Influence about enterprise drones. So please give us a ring. We'll see you next time.